United States Border Patrol agent Aaron Veckey, who bravely stepped forward to expose disturbing conditions at the U.S.-Mexico border, has been officially cleared of any wrongdoing following a federal inquiry after his on-camera interview. Here is the letter clearing Veckey officially by one Roberto Terán. After a thorough review of all the information gathered, I have concluded the allegations were not supported by the evidence and no further administrative action will be taken involving this case. Please consider this matter closed. Here's a brief clip of Aaron Veckey in Ajo, Arizona with me back in October of 2024, blowing the whistle on the conditions there in Arizona.
You know, you see it every day, every day. They'll hold their babies. They've got no strength left and they're holding on to these children with every little bit. Fire me, you know? Maybe they will. Maybe after this they will, you know? But my conscience will be clean. That's way more important than my pension.
Wow. Aaron Veckey spoke on stage at Turning Point in December. He said they called him in to investigate him after he shared that with us.
There are people inside my agency that don't want me here speaking to you tonight. In fact, since I became a whistleblower, they've served me, welcome. They've served me illegal gag orders. They've accused me of insubordination. And just 2 days ago, they called me in to investigate me for the interview I did with James O'Keefe a couple months ago.
Aaron Veckey was inspired to come forward by Zach Apathy, who appeared in the film Line in the Sand at the end of the movie.
Every single agent knows deep in his heart what's going on is wrong. Children getting trafficked every day. We don't take their biographical info. We sign those fucking files, man. That's blood on our hands. That's blood on your hands. And that's a joke maybe to you just keep collecting that check. But let me ask you this. If it was your mother or your sister or your aunt, how would you feel?
The end of the film, we asked, would anybody follow in Zach's footsteps? Aaron did. And Aaron Veckey talked to me most recently about what he called the religion of apathy.
So let's say you're a real go-getter.
Yeah.
And you're surrounded by, maybe on that particular shift, you've got 3 or 4 guys that just don't, they're subscribed to the dogma of apathy, and they don't care, and you're the only guy that does, It's like they've got this religious dogma where they feel like they're virtuous. They're almost enlightened by not caring.
They're enlightened by not caring.
And they try to spread this. They do. They go around, what the... You know how much easier your life would be if you didn't care? If you just took the paycheck, shut up, and stopped complaining, you would be so much better off. You don't understand what you're doing to yourself. It's just a job. It brings you down to their level of thought, and it makes them feel.
It makes them feel better about what they're doing.
Yeah, I think so.
Some background. In September of 2024, Aaron Veckey, a 19-year veteran stationed in Ajo, Arizona, went on to record and detail systemic failures and humanitarian abuses, including freezing detainees, lack of shelter, and dangerous overcrowding occurring at the southern border.
And where I first saw it was here, underneath that canopy there. But it was just men, women, and children. They weren't segregated at all. They were freezing. It was at least 40 degrees. You got 50 Muslims, 50 Sikhs, 50 Christians, 50 whatever, and they're fighting over shade, and they're going to have a mass casualty event inside our parking lot.
He filed a formal report of government wrongdoing with the Office of Special Counsel, that's OSC for short, outlining multiple instances of gross mismanagement. Among the specific allegations were failure to provide basic care and other extreme and dangerous conditions.
I said this to the patrol agent in charge. I told him it's going to be 115 degrees or 110 degrees easily by June. After my supervisor, he told me if I don't put people in there, if I don't continue to overcrowd this facility, I would be guilty of dereliction of duty.
Aaron's disclosure form further alleged that this created an officer safety hazard, and he showed that he had personally witnessed the conditions and had photos and video evidence to back it up, which he released. Despite facing a cease and desist order following his appearance in the Citizen Journalism Foundation report, Veckey stood firm in his decision to speak out. He's one of the bravest people I know, with the clearest conscience I know, and he has the actions and the will to back up his decisions. He told me in that report, quote, "My conscience will be clean. That is way more important than my pension." Aaron Veckey retiring here this month. We wish him the best, and we hope this inspires more people to come out. Stay tuned.